On July 13th of 2016, our 3-year-old son was found floating face down in our pool. Our 12-year-old daughters found him floating. One grabbed him out of the pool and did CPR, while the other one ran and got me. I was actually in our laundry room, and I heard her screaming as she was running to the front door, and as soon as I heard her cry, my heart sank. I knew instantly that it was the pool. I walked around the corner to our deck, and Jaylee was holding Tyson by the shoulders, and she was just screaming, "Tyson, wake up, Tyson, wake up." She was able to get him to cough up water to get his breath back, but he was taking about 5 breaths a minute. I took Tyson from her. Tyson was blue. He was barely breathing whatsoever. I screamed as loud as I could, "Don't take my baby." The paramedic that first responded was actually my husband's cousin. They were beating on Tyson's chest just to try and get him to cry to get air. He was not waking up whatsoever. And really at that point, as a parent, there's nothing that you can do. He was unconscious for about 6 hours, and they were going to put him on life support. So they took Tyson down the ICU hall. I just felt empty inside. I thought the worst for my son because of how he looked and how he was asking. You don't see your kids like that, and you don't want to see your kids like that. About 10 minutes later, they came in, and I walked into his room expecting to see my 3-year-old son, on life support, and he was actually wide awake. He was playing with a Hot Wheels car that the nurse had given him, and the doctor said, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your son right now? And I said, my son is a 10. So once we got home from the hospital, I really started to realize how easy it is that a drowning can happen. I always said it wouldn't happen to me, and it did happen to me. So I realized that Tyson and Tinley had to be enrolled into an infant swim survival class. I wanted something strictly that taught them survival. If they were to fall in the water, they would know how to save themselves until help came. I instantly started looking at it, and there was nobody around us. The closest was over 2.5 hours away. I saw the button online that said become an instructor, and I clicked on it, and from that moment on, I never stopped thinking about it. I saw the steps that the kids take, that it's not just you go in the water and you learn how to float, but you're actually learning how to swim, float, swim. If you fall into water, floating is great, but you have to swim to get somewhere. And knowing that my kids can not only float but swim just topped the cake for me. At that point, I knew that was exactly what I wanted for my kids, and also to teach. Knowing that Tyson was alive, I feel like was a sign for me that I had to do this. My husband Jared was actually able to make the trip with me to Colorado for the 6 weeks, which then Tyson and Tinley were able to come with us. The day that I knew that they were coming with us to Colorado, I called Judy and I said, "Judy, am I allowed to bring Tyson and Tinley to private lessons? I want them to learn this." And Judy said, "Absolutely."